Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. I'm going to bring you a new segment here at the Big Ranch Show. It's going to be called Offended. I brought you a video of this a few weeks ago over people being extremely too overly offended in this country. Offended by every damn little thing that happens around them and to them or is said around them. And so I've decided I'm going to try to bring you a weekly segment here as long as I can find evidence every week, which I'm sure I'll be able to find something somewhere, of people who are extremely overly sensitive and overly offended by every little thing around them. But this week is a story that I found in the Richmond Times, or Richmond News, that came out earlier this year, back on March 28th, written by one Casey Wu. And so this person's name is Lily Du. Lily D-U. And so I understand the cultural issue here, okay? I hear the name. Obviously, I'm assuming that she's either from China or the surrounding area. Most likely from China, considering her offense taken here. But Lily went to a pet store, bought some dog food. And when she came home, the dog food label said, "No ingredients from China." And that, my friends, was offensive. So offensive that she needed to contact the local media to let you know how offended she was. Now, I understand that you don't want your local area, you don't want your homeland to be insulted or whatever. And I don't think that's what this is about. But let me give you a direct quote from the paper to her, or from her. "I felt offended when I saw the package. I didn't feel very comfortable that a product like this exists on the market." So not only is she upset that the label was on there, she's offended at the fact that a product like this even exists on the market today. Now, maybe she missed the memo. Maybe she missed the boat. I don't know. I really don't understand her problem here. And then she goes on to say, "Plus, this type of advertisement is going to divide our community. If someone buys a product based on the ingredients not being from China, it means the person already has a bias against Chinese products. And this is one more thing on the market to convince them of their own biases, which is not healthy." Now, I'm completely against echo chambers and feeding your own bias and all that mess, okay? But this isn't based on some bias. This is based on a problem that took place several times over the years, but most notably in 2007, when a lot of dog and cat foods, especially Meow Mix, which I would remember because I'm a cat owner, they had materials or ingredients sourced from China. And it came out that those ingredients being sourced in China were actually killing pets here in America. So a lot of us pet owners we're a little skeptical of where some of our food for our pets is coming from. For one, I don't know if my cat got any damage from that or not. All I know now is that 7 years later, my cat, who once ate Meow Mix, has chronic kidney failure. Early stages, thank God. So, is it really offensive to be telling pet owners that nothing in this food has been sourced from China? I don't think it is. Now, could they have been a little more sensitive, maybe, and said no ingredients sourced from Asia, or no ingredients sourced from overseas? Sure, they could have said something like that, but then I'm sure somebody would take an offense over that. Or maybe some of their ingredients come from other countries, and China is the only country that they have a problem with their ingredients. Maybe, just maybe, these people want to, they kind of want to pander to us pet owners, because they know if they make it clear that they're trying to make their product as safe as possible, that we're more likely to buy it. And I'll completely admit that when it comes to my cat and my dog, we're always looking for the best food possible. We're always looking for the healthiest food, whether or not it costs us more out of pocket or not. It doesn't matter how poor I am, I always take care of my pets. And so this is something that's very much important to me. And I'm sure it's important to other people. If I had a product, two animal foods side by side, and one said doesn't contain ingredients from China or does include ingredients from China, I would pick the one that doesn't because of the history. Now, I know that there's been some changes, and I understand that China isn't all bad, that China has some good food, some good people. But it also has some swindlers out there, just like we do here. And they're not all held to the same standard as some of the ingredient, some of the food manufacturers here in the States. And I agree that some of the food we make here in the U.S. is absolutely atrocious, and we should not be eating it. Should we really be eating Twinkies? As good as they are, those things can last your entire life and still be good. That's kind of creepy. But at the end of the day, pet owners have the right to know if a product contains ingredients sourced in China, especially considering the history. I know it was 10 years ago that that big recall took place. I understand that, but to this day, I still like to read the labels. I still like to see what my cat is doing. So Lily do, be offended. Be offended all you want. But us as American pet owners should know where the ingredients are being sourced from. People want to know where their food's coming from. We should know where our pets' food's coming from too. And I don't really believe that this company is trying to be offensive to you. I think that you're just being a little whiny crybaby. That's what I think you're being. Grow a pair. Pull up your granny panties a little bit. Grow up. Let me find the quote here. A spokesman for the brand, Honest Kitchen, told the news label reflects the brand's food safety control. Okay, here's the quote, a direct quote. It is nothing against the country. It's founded on our food safety requirements, said Lucy Postins, founder and chief integrity officer of Honest Kitchen. Back in 2007, there was a massive pet food recall in the industry in the United States. It was extremely devastating to many pet owners and pets that lost their lives. It turns out, she goes on to say, most pet foods recalled at the time were manufactured using imported Chinese ingredients, which were contaminated with a substitute called melamine, a chemical used in making plastic bowls and plates. It turns out, melamine, is exceedingly toxic to dogs and cats, and thousands of pets lost their lives. And they go on to say, we have customers that are Chinese people, Chinese citizens, and they don't want to use Chinese ingredients in their dog or cat food. So the label is not against the Chinese nation or people, says Lucy Postins. So, that said, they're not trying to be offensive. There's nothing offensive about this label. They are telling pet owners the truth, that they do not source ingredients from China. And I would like to thank Honest Kitchen for being honest that they don't. As a pet owner, it terrifies me to know that there are people out there that would purposely poison my pet by sending ingredients to this country that will kill my dog or my cat. I love my cat and my dog. They're family. And you poison you've poisoned my cat and dog, you're poisoning my family. And if you do my family that way, I'm not going to like you. And so, of course, pet owners don't trust ingredients from China. And if you say that's because I'm feeding my own bias, fine. I don't care. Nobody cares. Us pet lovers are going to continue to want to know that our pet's food is not coming from China. We are going to continue to want that. And so you can whine and cry all you want, Lily Doo. You can cry and whine all you want. This isn't somebody trying. People aren't trying to divide your community. They're trying to tell people what's in their food. I don't really care that it says no ingredients from China. As a pet owner, I support that. So please find a new way to be offended. Thanks for watching this new segment here. You'll see what the name of the segment is when it goes up later this afternoon or tomorrow morning. And thanks for watching. And folks, comment down. There's no reason to be offended over everything you see. Have a great day.